No Salah, no Haaland, no problem. Bench Boost game week 1 officially on. So what's up, fellas? This is Vic, former fantasy world champion, Champions League actually on Eurosport. I've never won the Premier League, but hopefully one day. So this is the very first, obviously, episode of the FPL is live, and we're gonna play this a little bit different than most of the creators that you see out there. We're gonna play a little bit risky, big risk, big reward. So that's gonna be all season. So we're gonna start this the way it looks on the screen. No Salah, no Haaland for the first 3 game weeks for sure. In the back, I'm gonna go with double Nottingham Forest. Is gonna be Sels and Nico Williams. I'm gonna do this only because Forest has been pretty impressive defensively in the preseason, and also last year. They also have potential for DEFCON points as well. And because of my plan again is to free hit in game week 2, and hopefully wild card in 4, which means this gives me 2 home games for Forest against Brentford and also West Ham in game week 3. I'm also going to do double Chelsea. I'll go with Cucurella because he's the guy that always punishes me in one way or another. He's so offensive, he's so tricky, and I'm definitely going to have him at the start of the season. And I'm going to go with Sanchez as well. They play Crystal Palace, which I think it's, even though they just won obviously the cup, I would say it's going to get tricky for them because of a lot of uncertainties going on in the last few days. If they lose Gehi, that's going to be a big loss for them defensively, and also Eze apparently going to leave as well. So they're definitely shaking right now. I'm going to go with Ait Nouri. I just have this vision that he's going to score against Wolves, his former team, and he's going to just apologize to his to the crowd. So that's my reasoning for Nuri going forward. I feel like I'm gonna take him out on my wild card because you can never trust Pep with his roulette. Now in the middle, I'm gonna go with Palmer. I feel like he's gonna have a big season. He's gonna get great start of the season. Might even captain him. I don't know why it says Watkins here. I didn't change it, but I'm probably gonna captain Palmer in the first game. My vice captain will probably be Watkins. I'm gonna go with Marmoush as well. I feel like Marmoush this year, he's gonna be exactly like Foden for them 2 years ago. The quality, I think he's just an incredibly talented player. We saw what he can do last year, and he's probably super excited to have his second season starting right now, and I can see him starting either behind Haaland or even somewhere on the wing. We'll see how Pep puts him, but he's definitely going to be a starter. I'll go with Wirtz and Gakpo. Hopefully those two can cover Salah, and I'm definitely going to have Wirtz because in the first game, because it's the first obviously home game for him in the Premier League. He would want to make a good impression in front of Anfield. And Gakpo is another guy that I'm not a fan of, but he always finds a way to score a goal, so I'm going to have him. And then my last player in the midfield going to be Kudus. Tottenham played big money for him, so I expect like a huge first game for him, especially because they play promoted Burnley. And he's going to be super motivated to make an impression, just like Wirtz in front of the home crowd. And my forward's going to be Watkins and Bowen. Watkins, very dangerous player. I don't need to tell you about that. He just knows how to position himself, know how to be in front of the goal. If you're going to go Watkins, don't watch his game. Just wait for the score to see that he scored, because he's very frustrating to watch. He misses every time I have him in my team. He misses at least 2-3 big chances, and then he would score a stupid goal. And then I'm gonna have Bowen as well. Sunderland is a team that I'm 100% sure that he's gonna get relegated, and he's gonna finish last, not just get relegated. And I feel like Bowen in the first game he's gonna score 1 or 2 on them. It's gonna be a clean sheet as well. So that's why I have Van Bissaka on my bench. But again, bench boost, so his points going to count. Dorgu, one player that I might change. As a United fan, I try to avoid United players just so I can enjoy the games. But after watching him in Chicago here in preseason, the confidence that the guy has right now and how comfortable he's on the ball, his fitness is incredible. And obviously, if United somehow manage to not concede in this first game, he's gonna end up on 8 or 9 points for sure for the game. And then Peru, that's the price I have to pay for having a stack midfield and forwards, and also have like good defenders as well with 6.0. So, but again, I just read 10 minutes before this filming this how Leeds trying to sign Calvert-Lewin, and I feel like that's gonna be their starting forward going from like probably game week 3. But Peru is gonna start this game, and again, it's a first home game back in the Premier League. You know how Leeds crowd is; it's gonna be wild. So I'm expecting maybe Peru to get a goal in the first game. So that's gonna be my first game week team. Bench Boost gonna be active, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Now going forward, again, I'm gonna be free hitting game week 2 only because I don't want any Liverpool players against that game in Newcastle. And it's just a great way to get Arsenal players. They play Leeds. There's gonna be an offensive game. It's gonna be open game, and also you have Man City players. So I'm gonna go with Haaland and Marmoush from City going against Tottenham. I'm probably gonna captain Haaland, and I'll have Evan Nilsson home against Wolves, first home game for Bournemouth. Obviously, they lost a lot of good players, but I still feel like they have quality. And then I'm gonna go with 3 Arsenal offensive players against Leeds. Well, definitely Gyökeres and Saka. Martinelli depends on how the first game goes and if he's gonna keep his spot. But I expect in that game for sure to be a lot of goals, at least 3 or 4 for Arsenal. So. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna captain Gyökeres. We'll see how he does in the first game against United. I want to see something from him, just like my reasoning from game week 1 for players that just signed with a new club. Gyökeres will be super motivated to show his worth at the Emirates in his first home game. So it's gonna be a close call between him and Haaland for the captaincy. I'm gonna go with Sarr and also Munoz because I expect Forest to lose to Crystal Palace, and Munoz, yeah, super offensive. We can see a goal from him in that game. He's going to be pretty offensive, especially because Forest wingbacks are also offensive, so he's going to have some room. And Sarr, he's just always at the right spot, so hopefully he's going to score in this game. Cucurella, I'm going to keep him for the second game only because I feel like Chelsea and West Ham, that's going to be a pretty open game where he can score another goal. O'Brien, that's a 5.0 defender, obviously from Everton, and I'm going to play him because I cannot afford any 5.5. But he's been so dangerous. I watched a few of his games last year and also during preseason, and I feel like he's more dangerous than Tarkowski or Brandt White. So I'm going to play him, and hopefully he's going to get something big for me. And then I'll go with Petrovic, first home game for Bournemouth. So I feel like he's gonna do some. He's gonna have a clean sheet in that game. So that's gonna be the goal that I'm gonna go for. Dubravka, he's probably gonna be fit and start that game against Sunderland. Same with Esteve. So that's actually, it's gonna give me a headache what goalie I'm gonna pick, but it's probably gonna be Petrovic. But we'll see how Burnley does in the first game against Tottenham, and then I'll make a decision after that. And but I'm definitely gonna do free hit in game week 2. Now going into game week 3, I'm gonna have a headache here because all my players in game week 3 they have a good game again. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to go Sanchez or Sels. They both have good games. Sanchez against Fulham at home and Sels against West Ham at home. Then in defense, I have Cucurella against Fulham. Definitely going to stay. Dorgu against Burnley. Everyone's going to be on that train. Nico Williams against West Ham. That's a great game for him as well. Ait Nouri is one player that I might not start in this team game week 3 because I feel like Brighton is dangerous and also good defensively, and you also don't know what Pep's going to do in the long term with him. I'm sure he's going to start with him, but again, if he wants more kind of like defensively minded defender, he might still start Guardiola or Akanji on the left side against Brighton away. So, and then in the mid, I have Palmer against Fulham. That's a great game for him. Marmoush, Brighton away. That's a tricky again for him. And then I have two Liverpool players against Arsenal. So might do a little switch there. I might go for Bruno and even take a -4 because I'm going to have one sub. But if I do Gakpo to Bruno, then I'll have to lose somewhere $1.5 million. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go Ait Nouri 6.0 to a 4.5 defender going forward. And then up top, I have Watkins, Crystal Palace, and Bowen, Forest away. That's also a good game for him. We know Bowen can score in any game. And then again, I forgot Kudus against Bournemouth at home. Another home game for Kudus. I'm going to keep him definitely for that one as well. So yeah, that's the plan. So again, bench boost game week 1, free hit game week 2. And again, I have great fixtures in game week 3. Hopefully Salah doesn't hurt me too much in those 3, but again, if he somehow doesn't get a double digit in the first game, because everyone's going to captain him, that can hurt me. But if I can survive less than 10 points from Salah in the first game week, we'll be fine. So again, before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe, because that's all that matters for me now in the very first episode. Put some comments. I can answer all the questions, obviously, because it's not going to be too many. And then I will see you in the next one, which would be probably a few hours before the deadline. And then we can go from there. Thanks, guys.